I frequently get asked on a weekly basis how I'm doing in Atlas Earth, where I stand, what I'm making, various questions kind of that center around this. And a lot of times it's from newer users within Atlas Earth. So once in a while, I like to take a look at how I'm doing in game and report on that. And that's what we're going to do today. We're going to take a look at where I stand in Atlas Earth as of March 2026, almost 2 years into the game. What am I making? How many parcels I have? And some of my thoughts on where the game has went over the last year, and some a little bit of a teaser on where I'm going from here. So if any of this sounds interesting to you, please stand by. Hey everyone, Bronze Dragon here saying thanks for dropping by. Well, I haven't done this in quite a while. Not because, I haven't done it as much as I used to because I didn't think it was interesting to people, but I still get asked on a weekly basis, and this really comes from, like I said, new users. And one of the greatest hurdles in Atlas Earth that I see is it takes a while playing Atlas Earth to get your momentum up and get some actual rent coming in. That first month or two where you're only making cents, and it's really hard to see where the game is going. So every once in a while I do like to provide an update. Let's go ahead and start for new viewers here, just kind of like a basic thing of how I'm playing the game. Like I said, I'm almost at the 2-year mark. At the 2-year mark next month, I will be providing a big breakdown episode where I take a look at everything and break all the numbers down. This is going to be a little quicker format, but I did want to provide an update as I've been asked recently about it. But like I said, it's mostly for new users, or if you are a person that's been following the channel, you can see where I am because my momentum has slowed down a little bit over the last year and a half, and we will talk about that. But first of all, let's take a look at where I am currently. Okay, so I pulled my phone out. As you can see, I'm sitting at 1,947 parcels. My goal over the last year has been to get to that magic 2,000 mark by the end of my second year. I don't know if I'm going to hit that. You can also see here that my total rent accrued is a little bit more than $864. We will take a look at my actual profit here in a minute. But let's just a little encapsulation for those new here about how I've been playing Atlas Earth over the last 2 years. Okay, I have not paid for the Explorer Club, so I have not been a member up to this point of the Atlas Explorer Club. However, I have subscribed to the monthly challenge ladder. I didn't start subscribing to the monthly challenge ladder, that $10 fee per month, until I was making more than $10 of rent from Atlas Earth. And it kind of coincided around that the end of the first year whenever I started playing. I got to that $10 mark per month, that is, and they started with the challenge ladder, and I dove straight in. I've been able to complete it every month since. But I say that because that is really the only money I've spent in game. Now, every month on the challenge ladder, I do spend approximately $3 of rent converted to Atlas Bucks to pass the first 2 levels of challenges. However, outside of that, I have not bought any Atlas Buck packages or put money into the game any way other than what I just said. So that's the quick wrap up. And now let's go ahead and go forward. Look at what my profit looks like after almost 2 years. Okay, the second part of how I play Atlas Earth, so to speak, quote unquote, the backside of making money off of Atlas Earth is, what do I do with that money? And for a while, playing the game, I wasn't making a whole lot, so I had a while to think about it. And over the time, we've had our Sunday live streams. We'll talk about that in a minute. But somebody brought up at one point that, hey, PayPal has a great savings account on it. Now, Let me step back a minute. This is in the United States. It varies depending upon where you are in the world. So I just want to put that out there. But in the United States, currently PayPal Savings is offering 3.5% interest. Once again, this is not investment advice. I am not an investment advisor and I don't pretend to be. So do your own homework. But the point is, at that point in time, it was bringing in more than 4% interest. I went ahead and started bringing my what I earned from Atlas Earth into my PayPal savings to earn a decent interest rate, right? This is a pretty decent interest rate for here in the States compared to other standard, checking savings accounts and things like that. So I'm like, well, it might as well be making me a little bit of extra money while it's sitting there. Now, something I also did up until recently was I took and I removed $10 from my what I earn off of Atlas Earth on a monthly basis, and I send it back to my regular bank account so that this number shows me an accurate kind of in my mind what I have profited off of Atlas Earth. So that total at this point is $688. Now, I say that up till recently because you will have seen some videos I've done over the last month or so where I started using another service to help me start paying for my Challenge Ladder subscription. Okay, I mentioned at the top that my personal progress has somewhat slowed over the last maybe 6 months. And that's because of a few points that I had to think about for a little while. Hey, why has things slowed down for me? So these are the things that really came to mind. Removal of the referral program. As a YouTuber, the referral program was a very good support for me, and it helped me get started in the game. And I included it in all of my tutorials because even if you have other social media, you could take advantage of it. But it was a great help for me, and it was removed from the game last year. However, they allowed the people who still had old codes to continue using it until early this year. So early this year, last month, I believe at some point in February, it was completely removed from the game. So that was a big hit to my play. The decrease in AMP options. I've been very verbal about that. I love the AMP program, and they are currently changing it and spinning it off as a wholly separate company. I do have a video on that as well, and it's currently in progress because I just noted that they took the button out. For people outside the United States, it's kind of a sore topic because nobody else has the program except for the United States. But I will say that I took advantage of it because over the first year I played, I had two places that I frequented. One was a salad shop, one was a yogurt shop, and I was getting 4 to 1. So every US dollar I spent in there, I got 4 Atlas bucks for. So that and a few other places buying sandwiches and things, I used the AMP program quite amount of time. But over the last 6, 8, 12 months, the options on the AMP program have just decreased, and that has led to less usage on my part. Once again, sore topic for some people because some people live in places where there just isn't anything to choose from, even if you do live in the United States. The arcade games, for me, are paying less. Now, this is a whole different topic we could do a whole video on, but I have noted over the last 2 years I've played, almost 2 years, that the arcade games are paying a lot fewer Atlas bucks for the time played. Now, there's a whole argument about, well, if you spend money in the games, then you can get more. And I haven't even dug into that. But I will say that I have generally not spent any money inside of arcade games. And I've noted that the amount I'm making in Atlas bucks off the games is far less than what it used to be. And finally, less earned from surveys. I will say that I used to take a lot more surveys than I do now. I do try to take advantage of the special times whenever you get an extra percentage on top of your surveys. But just over the last several months, I have not had really good luck with surveys. And generally, I just kind of lean on the really short ones to try to get myself through the challenge ladder challenges. And other than that, I really don't do anything with them. Okay, with all that said, I haven't been sitting still and taking this lying down. So I have been thinking of some other ways to continue to progress further in Atlas Earth. In other words, not slow down as much as I have been. You will note that in the last month or so, like I had mentioned earlier, that I've started the Scrambly platform, play to earn platform. Check out those videos if you're interested. I'll leave a link up above. Also, there's a deal there that if you start playing, use my referral code, you can get a free $5. All those details are in that video. But it's another play to earn platform where you play games and do use other apps and start earning money off of that. But the takeaway there is I do have a referral code I can use with that. So I've been splitting my time between that and Atlas Earth playing games and such. And I've found to be, it's working out for me. So that, as well as I have something new coming up in my new year after April 15th when I do my 2-year, where I am, how I got there, look at the numbers, then I'm going to go forward and I'm going to change up what I'm doing with the money that I earn from Atlas Earth and largely for Scrambly as well. And there's 2 little things there that I'm going to do. Actually, one is a big one because I'm going to be doing something else with the money besides putting it all into PayPal savings. And in fact, we're going to look at a different type of investment, something, one of these apps that we keep seeing, come across our ads and everything. But we'll leave that for that episode. It should be very interesting. And I'm going to compare the two. Plus, I am possibly going to dip my toe into the Explorer Club. Not all the time, maybe once in a while. And once again, none of this is coming out of my pocket. All of this is coming from what I make off of Atlas Earth and Scrambly. Also, one other thing I'll throw at you, I have another play to earn platform I'm looking at that don't be surprised if you see some coverage of that coming out of me as well. Okay, not a huge long episode, but I just wanted to get that out there, show you new people that are new to the game that it can be done. You just have to stick with it. It's just a matter of sticking with it and being logical about your progression in game. I have tons of episodes on this channel about progressing through the game logically. And of course, everybody proceeds a little bit differently through the game. So that's cool. I do want to say a big shout out to everyone who drops by my Sunday afternoon sessions live stream right here on YouTube. It's noon Eastern Daylight Time now. And we talk about Atlas Earth for about an hour and a half. The show has been really popping off. I mean, we went from an average of about 40 people. Now we're on average of about 80 people for that hour and a half. So the more the merrier, as always. We answer new questions for new players. We talk about what's going in Atlas Earth, in Atlas Earth, and whatever else you want to talk about as far as, Atlas Earth goes. So I also want to drop in a big thank you for the supporters of my channel who are largely, a lot of them come to my live stream on Sunday. If you would like to support the channel, please consider becoming a member, hitting that join button, and drop by and talk to us on Sunday. Otherwise, this has been Bronze Dragon. I hope everyone out there on your side is happy and healthy. And as always, I'll see you in Atlas Earth.